gentlemen, welcome to the 2024 Puerto Rico Men's Open, presented by Samsung TV Plus. We are now ready to start our quarterfinal matches. Players, please apply for the break.
Give it to me.
A very good evening and welcome for the final time today to the convention center here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's the Samsung TV Men's Puerto Rico Open. We're down to the last 8 and the match we are concentrating on is Albin Ouschan against Wu Kun Lin. It's a race to 4, best of 3 sets, winner breaks, no golden break, but early 10s do count. And if we get to 3-3 in the deciding set, then there will be one of those shootouts. There's Albin sitting there looking very pensive. He's been out having a good practice. Now I'm joined in the commentary booth for this one all the way from the Netherlands. We are remote. Yes, I'm Mark White here in Thailand, and over there in the Netherlands is Tim de Ruyter, the magic of technology. Hey, Chris, Tim.
Hello? Yeah, I think I'm in. Well,
You
very glad to be back,
really.
Mark. Yeah. Just for a second, you started to technology. You know, I just wanted to make sure everything worked. No.
Wait.
Just kidding.
You know what, Tim? I messaged you. I'm not going to make it a secret. I messaged Tim a little bit earlier on and looked at the last date, and I said to Tim, I really hope it's going to be Albin against Wu. We've not seen anything of Wu in the singles. We saw plenty of him in the Scotch doubles, of course, and we've seen none of Albin, or I certainly haven't anyway. No commentary on him. Always love to watch these two play. Great cue artist, Tim. Really looking forward to this. Wu has won the leg and will break. We're up and running, looking for a place in the semi.
Yeah, great break. Wow, look at this. Makes the 1 clean in the side, makes the 4-railer a little bit unlucky to be that close to the 8. Will make things a lot more tough to play shape on the 3-ball after. Might have to play safe here.
Yeah, I was just thinking, Tim, if he could get to the hole of that cue board, to the right-hand side low and draw off the side rail back out for the 3, but it's very awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, it's to where I don't even think he has a piece. He's looking at playing a push-out too. So that means even though he has an open look on the 2, he's not really planning on shooting anything.
Good signs though. It was a good break. That's one thing. You'll be pleased that he made the 1 straight in the side, Tim, and the 4-railer means that he hit them really nicely. Just a little bit unlucky.
Well, this is interesting because it is close to be on. If it's not on, he kind of sold out. Like, make the 2 and you have shape on the 3-ball. If it's just that really small piece behind the 7, then you have to jump it, because it's like minimum elevation will get you over the 7. I don't see any way that Albin will give this back.
It's made him think, if nothing else, hasn't it? This shot does get 60 seconds. There is a shot clock, but it's normally 30 seconds, 1 30-second extension as well. Wow, what a mistake that is from Woo Kun Lin.
Yeah, I can understand maybe if he had left the cue ball frozen to the short rail. I think that's what he was trying to do, but it was quite a bit off. Speed was not right. Now if he can get on for the 5 in the side pocket. Well, Albin definitely comes out sharp and straight, because those were his 2 opening shots of the match, and he's in prime shape on the 5 already.
Multiple world champion, always been a very, very classy player. A little bit in and out with form, but when you've got technique like him, Tim, you've always got something to fall back on, haven't you? It's always been more in the mind, hasn't it, with Albin?
Yeah, no doubt. He's a very big shot maker too. That's like also on the big occasions, like the big finals I've seen him play. Also like Mosconi Cup, other events, he has always come up with the big shots. Like whenever he or his team needed a big shot, he usually came up with one. So yeah, came up a little bit short here on the 7. Can still draw off the 10. But this is not ideal shape. Has to be careful not to scratch in the middle pocket on the left. All decided to draw all around the table, but quite firm.
Is the bank on?
Yeah, he's called the bank too. I feel you kind of have to go. It's almost straight. And the 9 is in the open, so...
Digging down to hold the cue ball. Beautiful.
How well has he hit that?
He's always been a very, very classy ambassador for Predator, hasn't he? Always looks terrific. Very honest guy. And just a cue action to die for. Well, first rack, Tim, and there's some news coming from the ladies. There was one match still ongoing. It was Sophia Mast against Silviana Liu, and young 16-year-old Sophia Mast from the United States of America has gone through to the last 8. She has beaten Silviana Liu by 3 sets to 2. Now, what a result that is for the youngster.
Yeah, just actually happy for her, because well, it looks like she kind of, well, how do you say this? She's starting to spread her wings and fly since she won the World Junior Championships. So she's definitely stepping up her game, and I think it's also something that the USA needs at this point, like a couple new players. So yeah, just good for her. And I also expected actually her to win this last 16, because Silviana Liu and Kelly, we've done that match before, and Silviana was also not too great, so I knew Sophia had a chance. Just happy that she got over the line.
Dry break from Albin.
Yeah, wasn't really not a square hit there. Also, you could see he was trying to mimic what he was trying to do because it just didn't feel right. And Kunlin going for the bank. Could play the bank and run into the 6 softly. Don't think he's really gonna sell out much. Or run into the 9 and play safe on the 2.
It's there. What a shot he's played there. What a shot.
Well, we've been talking so much about Albin, but what I find so interesting with Hu is that his cue ball control is very fine.
Well, if you remember earlier on, Tim, we were commentating on a match and I picked Wu as my pick for the tournament. I think he's won the Las Vegas Open before, hasn't he, in this format? Am I correct there?
I do believe so. There is a memory somewhere.
I think he beat Noe Kioi in the final. Something tells me that. It was my first time in Vegas back in 2021. I believe it was. Oh, he didn't want to catch this 7 ball.
Yeah, another funny fact is that there is a very popular game in Chinese Taipei, and it's called 235 or Taiwanese Carom. And this young man at the table here, he is amazing at this game. It's like a variation of Carom on a pool table. And we've seen videos from him on YouTube with sick high runs. Like, he really has good control over multiple balls at the same time, playing Carom on the pool table.
Is that the one with the 1,
Very
the
impressive.
3 and the 11? Or is that Taiwanese I'm thinking of?
That's the game. Yeah, and then you have to play,
Yeah,
I
I've seen you
believe,
playing it.
yellow, red, 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 and you hit all 3. He is extremely good at this.
I remember seeing you, Ira Lee, Kang Lee, and Nikki Kraus playing it a lot as well.
Yeah, I think it's a really great game because you have such a great touch over multiple rails, multiple balls, and yeah, I mean, it's skills that you might need later on in your career playing any game. This is a great hit from Albin too. I like the speed how he hit it to always create the distance. Jump cue coming
Albin,
out though.
well known for his kicking and safety ability. I asked his sister Jasmine once in an interview who she thinks is the best at safety and kicking, and she's had no hesitation in saying my brother Albin. She's learnt a lot off him in the safety department, she said. Well, could give this back if he doesn't like it. Made the ball in the wrong pocket here. He's getting it straight back, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's so obvious. Like, in this case, what else are you gonna do? He's gonna try and kick it full in the face, leave the cue ball behind the 6 or the 9, send the 2 ball, possibly 3 rails back down table.
Yeah, a bit of low English on this, and it will hold the cue ball there. So Albin could be in a bit of trouble here if this goes right.
Oh, well, he did call that corner. Just barely stayed up.
Nasty cue in here, and he's digging down as well. But what I do love about these Predator Apex tables, Tim, the lovely flush, smooth pocket. You're not bridging over anything, you know. Lost a little bit of accuracy. It was very, very awkward, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was not an easy shot at all. But he was just trying to make something happen because, yeah, he kicked that ball and he was probably not expecting to be in that kind of shape after. So now Albin with a cut to the middle pocket, 3-wheel shape on the 5. If he gets straight or small angle, there's a good chance to extend his lead. Yeah, nicely done. Is he straight enough on the 5 ball? I think he's fine to go to the center of the table. We'll have to cross over a little bit to get to the 7 after, but that's what he has to take. Won't be able to get straighter on the 6.
And of course now the 10 comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why I probably like to just stun into the rail and come back to where he is now, instead of trying to play the right side of the 7.
Yeah, I just missed it. Played it well. Well, I say he played it well. He's finished a little bit short, Tim. Tim? Yes, Tim.
Yeah, it's me.
It's been a long day, Tim, and I've been commentating with Eric, with Chris, with you.
Well, it's interesting to see that he's still cutting to the left, just to make sure he doesn't run into the 8. He's going to run the cue ball around. He's not getting pinpoint shape though, like he's... Every time it gets just that little smidge awkward. It's still okay. Could kill the cue ball and take a similar shot on the 9. Or could go into the long rail and back out. But every time it's just not the comfortable shape. If he got straight on the 8, it would have been easy draw, stop shot 9, 10. So there is a difference, just in feeling, the feeling you get.
Yeah, he's done this very, very well. He hasn't been in prime position, as you said. He's got the job done, and a very, very nice display of smooth cueing from the Austrian takes him to 2-0. Now we do have our final 8 in the ladies, and they will be playing their quarterfinals tomorrow at 3 p.m. Before that we have the men's semi-finals of this tournament. But the quarterfinals tomorrow for the ladies are, well, they go like this. Han Yu against Jasmine Ouschan. That has to be one of the TV games, doesn't it, Tim? Wei Chu Chen is up against Christina Tkach. Seo Sarah is up against Sophia Mast. And the reigning champion, she's still there. Cheska Centeno up against Chao Che Yu. That's also another one worthy of TV. Well, all 4 of them are, aren't they, really? But we've only got 2 TV tables. So someone's got a very, very difficult job to decide, Tim. Who would you pick if you were director?
That is a good question. Let me
have a think about
look
it.
at the over. Yeah, I will just have to look at it again because you named all matches, and I want to make sure I make a good choice. Yeah, it's tough. Like also, Christina Tkach had a really good showing in the World 9 ball earlier this year, so I wouldn't be surprised if she gets on the stream with Wei Tzu Chen. Wei. But then also the defending champion is still in against Chiyu Cho. So
We need 4
It's
tables,
it's a
guys.
tough
We need
pick.
4
We
TV
need-
tables, don't we?
we need more. Yeah, it's
Back
a
to
tough
this one.
pick, but
Shot
plenty
on the
of good
one.
matches. Okay, so long shot on the 1. Don't think it's easy to get to the 2 ball. We'll have to go around the 4, so like top right spin. And it will run towards the corner quite a bit, so has to be careful not to get behind the 10. And straight would be annoying too. Oh, a little bit
Over
of
the
both.
10. Even worse.
Guess not an easy run out by any means if you look at the 5, 6, 8 there. You see Arkwood queuing over the 10. Now the 4 barely goes by the 9 in the top right corner, so this is already tricky enough. Like he'll have to play soft stun to kill the cue ball to the center of the table. It's one of those more awkward strokes. It's a tough shot.
He knows it. He's giving it a little bit more consideration, a little bit more care. This to put him back in this quarter-final, Tim. He needs this rack, you would think. Well, so much so he didn't even bother taking it on, and this is a great shot. If he misses the 6, well,
Even though he doesn't really, well, he didn't play perfect, but it's still a good move. Like it developed the game a little bit. He hasn't left an open shot on the 3, so Albin is kind of forced to take on the 3-9, unless he is going to try and play the cue ball behind the 8-5 again. Catch it a half tick and run the cue ball around. No, he has played the 9. Oh, that is a big shot too.
well, he's on the 3. Put it that way. I think I might make this one, Tim.
Well, you might double hit. That's a foul.
No, I'll play away. I'll
Okay.
be cutting it very, very fine with some low left just to hold it for the 4. That's what I would do here.
Well, made sure to have a nice angle on the 4. The 5 doesn't go by the 8. This is key shot right here. Could play for the 5 in the same corner as the 4 ball. Could also try to play for the 5 in the middle pocket. The top side pocket in this view.
Just heard that the grand final between Fedor Gorst and Joshua Filler will be happening tomorrow at 3:30 p.m.
Oh, he tried to play lots of inside. Was trying to get the 5 in the side pocket. I like how he's played it. Just a little bit too firm. I don't think he's on it no more.
He does have a piece of it. Whether he's got enough of it to make it is another matter. He's looking at the potting angle. Maybe he can just get through to it, Tim. Can he maybe turn it over with a bit of left hand?
Well, he does have to make sure he doesn't scratch in the corner as well. And this is
That's a great
exactly
shot.
what I mean. Like, he makes these kind of shots look so easy, even though only good shot makers make this kind of stuff happen. That was a really good cue ball as well. Now, I have to
classy
say,
player.
it's been quite a bit since I've seen Albin cue this nice. Like, with all due respect, he hasn't had a great year so far, but now he's actually looking like really solid again and very smooth.
Referee Dave Pearson from the US being called into action to clean the cue ball there, so maybe Albin was just a little bit concerned about a bad contact. He knew he was going to be rolling the ball along the rail, but he's looking very, very impressive. And let's not forget, he's up against a very, very classy player in Woo Kun Lin as well, Tim. And that's 3-0. Now, we are going to nip over and get some latest scores from you around the room. Mika Immonen had that great win earlier on against Joshua Filler. He's 2-1 down to Vitali Patsura at the moment. Fedor Gorst is 1 up against Dimitris Lukatis. And Dimitris' fellow Greek Alex Kazakis is 3-0 down in the first set to Carlo Biardo. Let's have a look at these, Tim. What sticks out in this for you?
Well, what really sticks out for me is that who is having a 556 player overall performance, and that's without missing any open shot. He's only missed, well, a long jump. I think it got safe, so that was a safety. And besides that, it has only been defense or the break. Like, we are now at the stage of the tournament where players, they don't really miss many balls no more. It's all about the small little details. Kicking safe, good breaks, knowing when to attack on the jump or when to play defense on the jump. Those little details.
I was surprised that Woo Kun Lin didn't see the 8 ball go down there in the corner pocket where he is. There's referee Dave Pearson. Really nice guy, Dave. Met him many times. He's been doing a lot of the Predator events, hasn't he, Tim?
Yeah, I've seen a regular face for us. We've seen him plenty of times.
Push out called. Yeah, it was a bit awkward, that, wasn't it? Not really much he could do. Had to leave him a little piece of it. What's the move here, Tim?
Well, I just turned my head over to see how much he has. I think he's just gonna push the 1 underneath the 7, bring the cue ball to the left, to the other long rail. I don't think he had much more. This is probably, for now, the best thing he could have played. But then still I would expect to be hooked after, because if Albin goes 2 rails, could send the 1 down table, and possibly let the cue ball run into the 7 and stays at least in that section where there's so many balls. Like, I wouldn't go to kick 1 rail because you only can see a little edge of the ball.
Yeah, I've just been told it's actually 3 p.m. the final between Fedor and Josh Filler in the Challenge of Champions. It's 3 p.m, not 3:30. So ignore the post.
Yeah, so like I said, Albin did kick himself in a good position there. Nice safety, but we should watch the 10 ball here. I think he has called it in the side pocket. 110 kick shot. No, it's not there. Does he get any cover? Well, and also just got word from Michael Salmon, our pool stats guy. And he said the only mistakes Wu is making at this point is all the safeties. It's all defensive encounters with Albin to where Albin gets the first shot and runs out. And we could see the same thing here, but yeah, he had to do something with that 2-ball. That was not easy.
Carlo Biardo has taken the opening set, Tim, against Alex Kazakis. He's playing well, isn't he, Carlo, this week? He's had some very, very good results. Okay, didn't do too well in the Challenge of Champions. He's having a good run in this, and he also has previous in these. He's won one of these before, the actual Puerto Rico one, where he beat Daniel Maciel, if you remember.
I do remember. Okay, so another good safety shot from Albin. Looking to play the kick and send it to distance. Oh, that side pocket point
Nice
really
point.
helped him out there.
Well, he may have a
Did
bit
he-
through to this, Tim. I think he can make this, you know. Tim's got his head on the side again.
Yeah, because it's a tough call. It's a tough one for me right now. Oh, it might be small, Messi. How will his shape be if he makes it?
Great view of the backswing there. Oh, he's caught a
Oh.
4-ball.
Okay, so this could be a turnaround in this set. Albin up 3-0, but yeah, I would really not expect him to be back at the table. Only shot I try to be careful with is from the 5 to the 6. And I would like to be on the right side of the 5-ball compared to the left side, just because if you play on the left side, the 9-ball gets in the way. If by going up table for the 6. So I do like to get right where he's pointing on the right side of the 5-ball, or could play to the corner, but just to stay away from the 9-ball.
Looks pretty good, Tim. Just softly, or is he drawing?
Well, he might land. No, he played stone follow. Okay.
Beautiful.
Well, that's like in general, the cue ball control is not the part I'm worried about with him. It's just overall statistics are saying that his safety game so far has to be a little tighter to get a couple more opportunities like this.
Well, he will get his first rack on the scoreboard, which will make him feel a whole lot better. And of course, it saves the first set. Albin's still in control, but Wu Kunlin will be breaking. Now, would you like, Tim, another little world record? I know you've been enjoying these, haven't you?
Yeah, living the dream.
Torbjörn Blomdahl in 2013 achieved the highest average in a game of carom. He achieved it in just 14 innings. What do you reckon that might have been, Tim? How many points did he make? Highest average in a game.
In 14 innings?
Yeah.
Well, they usually play till 40, so I would say 40. But
yeah, it was kind of a trick question, wasn't it? But yeah, you didn't fall for the trick. It's 40 points, of course, which is normally the race, as you quite rightly said. He's some player, isn't he? That Blondal. Once again, Tim, no joy on the break, and he's left the one ball on here, so real chance for Albin to close out this first set.
Well, if only there was an easy way. Could play with force follow, top right spin, check the cue ball, and curve it back over the same long rail. Let's try to check it. And this is the kind of things he likes to do. Like, he plays these kind of shots quite often, and usually with pretty high success rate. Okay, not out of the woods yet. Might have to cut this and run into the 10. Deliberate bump. Could also draw away, of course, with low right. Makes the shot a little bit more tricky with the spin. Nicely done. So now it's just picking up the pieces. Is he able to draw straight over? No, he will have to go into the top short rail with right spin to land in between the 5 and the 6. Just gotta make sure he gets far enough to be able to reach it.
And stay away from those two balls, the 7 and the 8 as well. Pretty much perfect, Tim, I think.
Oh, and especially because he has a slight angle, because he needs to get a little bit off the rail on the 6 in order to get to the center of the table minimum for the brown 7. So looking good so far. Well, he did put himself quite straight there. Might have to draw all the way back up table for the 7 in the side now. Was expecting him to play the 5 on the short side, the short rail side of the pocket. Well, needs a good recovery here. Has to play straight draw. I don't think he can play follow.
Oh, what a glorious stroke that is. Okay, slightly awkward on the rail, Tim, but what a beautiful, smooth, soft little touch that was, and got so much action out of the cue ball. All these top players, that's their trademark, isn't it? It's why they're so good.
Yeah, very clean cueing. Still not ideal because he's got a slight angle that tracks towards the side pocket. Possibly can play soft and go just past the side, but oh, he held it great. Little stun run.
He's in the zone, isn't he? Playing all the lovely little touch shots, getting those perfect little positions now. He's warming up, and this is going to be the first set then to the Austrian. He's in control of this quarter-final. He's got 1 foot in the semi-final. So a timeout is called by Wu Kun Lin. And we're going to do exactly the same. Tim de Ruyter and myself, Mark White, we will be back with the second set very, very soon. Don't go anywhere, guys. You do not want to miss one shot of this match. Two years running, I think, Tim. We were there, weren't we?
Yeah. We've been to too many events. We start to forget.
Yeah, this job has taken us around the world. A lot of it is remote now as well, though. That's just kind of the way of the world. Bit like people that used to work in offices, Tim, now work on their computers at home. We're doing exactly the same, aren't we?
Yeah, it still feels like we're involved with the tournament, so not too bad.
Not quite the same as being there, but it's not a bad second prize. Vitali Patsurat has taken the opening set against Mika Immonen. Dimitrios Lukatos is 3-1 down in the first set in his match, and Carlo Biardo was taking the first set in his against Alex Kazakis, but Alex Kazakis is fighting back. He's 2-0 ahead in the second set, the Greek. So here's those stats again, Tim. Let's kind of just decipher these a little bit more.
Well, if you look at the set score, it was 4-1. If you look at the overall stats, it shows a little bit different, but it shows also on how strong Albin's safety play was. If you look at the safety efficiency, was 100% to only 50% from Wook Lin. So even though Albin's break was not that successful, he was out moving Wu to a shot most of the time. No balls being missed, only one foul on the table.
Very interesting. Thanks to Michael Salmon from the Pool Stat Guy. We're going to be doing lots more with him in the future, working together and bringing all these interesting stats, and we're going to be adding to them as well as we go along. Really does make it, well, just a little bit more fascinating, doesn't it, to get down into all the nuts and bolts of it, the nitty-gritty of really what's going on. One ball got kicked there, Tim. Was on its way to the side.
Well, let's see. No reason actually to cut the one ball in, as you will not have any shape on the two, or no open pot on the two. Can he get to the right side of the one? I don't think so. Otherwise he could have played a safety behind the 5-7. Interesting position he's in. Doesn't want to play a very containing safety and leave two balls on the opposite long rails. Is he going to try and overcut the one into the 5 and bring the cube all the way back down? Let's see what he does.
Yeah, nicely done. Played that to perfection. Tap on the table from Albin there in appreciation.
Yeah, just wondering, he might be able to go in between the 8 and the 10 and just go over the short rail, one rail. And if he catches it full to, let's say, 80-90% full on the left side, big chance the 2-4-6 will get in between. So it's got quite a big ball there to return the safety. And usually when you give this to Albin, he likes to do that.
He did call the bottom right as well as a precaution, but as you say, Tim, safety the main object. Well, he's caught it he's caught about 60% of it rather than more of it that he needed. So it's a chance, but once again, of course, Tim, it's the problem of that 2 ball, isn't it? Is there a possible 2-5-7 combo on to really open things up?
Well, the first look at the 5-7 looked like it was quite off angle. Now you could cut the 5 more into the 7, but it would be nice to be quite straight on the 2 ball, like in this case. So you make the 1 get as straight as you can get on the 2 ball, because you have to get it just right on the 5-7.
He could play into the 3 here as well. Oh, he's not even interested. Look at this cue ball. Where's the cue ball going?
No, he's
right
played
behind that 7.
Beautiful.
Oh, well,
Look
that
at the
shot of
pace.
the match so far. Absolutely brilliant from Wook Lin. Well, an equally great kick by Albin, a little bit harder, and he would have had some cover, Tim.
Yeah, great kick. Was actually surprised he managed to still get out of that trap. Now, is he gonna bank the 1 ball 2 rails? No. You know, I do really like also the strategy the thoughts behind this shot, because he's trying to push the 1 behind that cluster but near the 5-7, to where if Albin, for example, jumps here, he could by accident open up the 5-7. So it's not only it could possibly open up the whole game. Of
Few
course,
balls
it's
in.
not what Albin tried to do, but he did scratch.
Always have to mention Albin's logo on his back, the AO. Really is a beautiful logo. That I really like it. Very classy, just like him.
Okay, so managed to get shape on that 2 ball. Now I'm wondering how much space is there in between the 5-7. It's going to push the 4 away a little bit. Possible carom on the 10. Don't think he will play that. I just don't see him running out with the 5-7.
If he leaves himself an angle on this 4 ball, he may be able to draw off the bottom rail and back over into it. He's looking at the combo, Tim.
Yeah, so he must leave himself like straight onto that point where he can hit the 5 ball straight into it and super cut the 7. Has to be super thin. It looks quite near to each other. Yeah, also, of course, with the sliding cloth, the Arcadia cloth does play new for a very long time, very steady cloth, so you know the pocket is going to play quite big, just as 5 days ago. Whenever you play pocket speed, then of course.
Well, I'll tell you something, Tim. In my local pool room here in Pattaya, Double Kiss, they have these Predator tables, 11 of them, and they have the Arcadia cloth on, and it's been on at least a year that I know of, and still plays very, very fast. It's honestly the only cloth that I've seen that plays new for so long. It really does. A dream for pool room owners.
Well, Wu is definitely hanging in there, because the run out he's coming up with right here is something else. Into the long rail and out. Straight in on the 9. Things looking good for Wu to take that first game in the second set. Needs to step it up after losing the first set.
Yeah, this is the kind of rack that players like Chris Mellin would be pleased of running out, because it wasn't easy. It was very, very tricky, wasn't it? But he's worked it brilliantly, worked his way through it so well. and takes the initiative in this second set. Alex Kazakis 3-0 up now in the second set against Carlo Biardo after losing the first set to the Filipino. Gorst 1 set up. Vitali Patsura also 1 set up against Mika Immonen, but Mika Immonen, the Iceman, is fighting back. He's a fighter. He's 2-0 up in the second set. Well, played pretty well, hasn't he, Albin, up to now? Didn't really do too much wrong there. He's got a bit of chewing gum in his mouth there. Look, I wonder what he's on. Is it the Orbit? Do you ever chew chewing gum, Tim, when you play?
Sometimes, yeah. Especially when I feel like I didn't have the chance to eat properly before. Like, let's say you had a small break and I get hungry. I like to do some chewing gum.
Well, I'll tell you something about that in a minute, which may surprise you. Oh, he's lucked a ball in. The 5 into the corner.
Yeah, open shot on the 1. 2 ball over the corner, over the side pocket. But where are you gonna play the cue ball to? Are you gonna choose to run into the 7?
I think that's the play here. Run into the 7 and hope you don't hook yourself.
Well, he might draw into the 4.
Yeah, good call, Tim.
And this is
But whenever you go into balls, right, that can go wrong, and is illustrated right there.
Well, I feel that was probably the worst thing that could have happened if he skimmed off it any other way. I think he was probably going to be on the 2. Still, if he kicks it in, he does have the 3 available. He has not kicked it in.
You mentioned just a little while ago, Tim, about chewing gum when you're hungry. Do you know, I actually read that that's the worst thing you can do is chew chewing gum when you're hungry, because what it does is it tricks the stomach into producing acid, because it thinks that you're going to eat something and you're going to swallow something, but of course you don't, you just chew it. So it actually gets the acids that break down your food in the stomach working away. So I don't know.
So you get
Have a
more
word
hungry.
with your doctor. Yeah, you get more hungry, exactly. Have a word with your nutritionist. I'm sure you've got a nutritionist, haven't you?
Well, maybe not.
The name of my nutritionist is Google, Tim.
Well, nowadays it's AI for me, but I know what you're saying. He's gonna play the bank again. Yeah, again has made it. And has angle on the 4 to cross over for the 6. Coming up with a couple good shots. Needs one more good shot here to get back in line. Yeah, as you can see, not happy there. On the rail, does have a small angle, but it's just that he would like to play this with top left spin, but to play that on the rail is so awkward. It's not impossible, it just feels heavy. Oh, could not have played that any better.
Low left on the cue ball, drawing to the side rail, back out to the centre again. This is one of his trademark shots, plays this so well. Watch the cue tip going all the way through the ball smoothly. Lovely contact again, not afraid to leave himself a little bit further away from the 9.
Well, definitely his run-out game is on point at the moment. Great steal. Had to come up with a couple big shots there in this rack. Made it look easy. One each.
Would you like another world record, Tim?
Sure.
That was
Go ahead.
rhetorical. That was rhetorical, by the way. You're going to get one whether you want one or not. Now then, here we go. This is a guessing game. The longest marathon playing pool is how many hours, Tim? And it was done not long ago, July 29th in 2023. How many hours did the guys play for? 2 guys playing. I'll give you their names. Colin Pilcher and Mark Murray, both from the UK.
Okay, 100.
Well, that's a really good guess, actually. They played from July 25th to July 29th, and they played for 111 hours. Amazing.
Well, that's quite impressive, yeah. Okay, back to action here. Albin breaking, does have a big break. Makes the one in the side, but the cue ball as well.
Well, it did go straight into him, I think. I don't think it got kicked.
Yeah, I believe there was a little trace of draw on the cue ball. Even though he hit it so square, he also scratched right in the side pocket, so that's gonna be a bummer for him. Has not left an easy layout. If you look at the 3-4 are already tied up, but he does have ball in hand, and if he goes quite full into the 4 ball, could push it out. So it's not a guarantee to have shape, and also you might lock up the 4 with the 8. So I might play this with quite some pace, trying to push 3 balls open.
Nicely done.
Well, he was very close to leaving the 4 open and getting the 3 in front of the side, but I don't think he has it now.
You don't think he plays this 3 in the side?
Well, I've seen people miss easier shots to the side.
That's why he
Yeah,
didn't take it.
I felt this was the shot. He's played it really good. The only thing missing is maybe leaving the cue ball behind the 5, but the main objective was to get the 3 ball covered. Now Albin does have 2 rail escape, nudging the 3 into the 7, and the cue ball can go all the way up table.
Albin has fouled 3 times in this match, and Wu Kun Lin hasn't fouled once yet, Tim.
Well, I don't expect him to foul here, but when going 2 rails, there's a chance the cue ball runs into the 10 and the 3 stays over the corner. He's kicking so well at the moment. He does apologize, but I feel he hit that so good. The only way of getting it, having a chance on having it safe, was to kick it full in the face with the right spin.
Albin will be trying to make this, I think, won't he, Tim? Beautiful. Beautiful.
Wow. Just the quality of kicking is so high from both players at the moment. And in my opinion, I find that one of the most impressive abilities on a pool table too. To be able to make balls over multiple rails. So tough.
Often the discussion of jumping comes in at times like this. I must say, I do prefer kicking. I just love it. I think it really is more of an art than jumping. I'm not saying that jumping isn't an art, but there's just something, I don't know, something sexy about kicking, you know. It's just such a great skill. Some of the best moments have come over the years in pool from great kick shots, Tim.
Yeah, also so far no real sign of any nerves. Cueing very nice.
Could be just what he needs, Tim, couldn't it? To get the confidence back again, because I'm sure his confidence has been knocked. As you said, hasn't had the best of 2024. Sometimes it just takes one tournament win to set you on that roll. Well, in control of this second set as well, at 2-1 up. He will be breaking to get on the hill. He's been making balls, just slightly unfortunate. Well, you can't really say it was unfortunate, maybe not the right word to use there, because he did draw the cue ball straight into the side pocket. But he's hitting them good, Tim, isn't he?
Yeah, he's playing really solid. Just, yeah, the break will always be a thing, I feel, in this format, because there's nothing guaranteed. But the players that have won these kind of tournaments, they have been striking it head on and with big power. And every time they cut it a little bit more to the left or the right, they fail to make balls.
Mika Immonen fighting back 3-1 up in the second set after losing the first one to Vitali Patsura. Back to this one, Albin breaking to get on the hill. It is 2-1 Albin Ouschan at the moment. One ball got kicked in. Oh, look at the three.
Yeah, I was gonna say we are in for another treat. And this is a huge part of the game as well. You can play maybe better than someone else, but if the layouts you get are so scrappy time after time, what can you do? You might have to play a stop shot here.
I've spotted a shot here. Play the one ball, leave the two and play it off the three into the corner. How about that, Tim, for a little bit of creativity?
Well, then I would say play the 2 into the 10 ball so you can control the 2 ball. Because if you play the 2 off the 3, you might not get the shape on the 3 ball.
I thought it maybe just it will come kind of off the back rail and kick back into the 10 and leave it over the same pocket.
Well, he's going to play the 2 into the rail and push the 3 into the 10. Let's see if he gets an open shot. It's always going to be risky. It's not a guarantee ever, but when the combination is so lined up like this, you only touch the 10 and you can probably position the 2 ball over the corner as well.
Well, it's worked out okay. Yeah. Controlled it very well, didn't he?
Oh, that is a big mistake there and could be very costly. You might have to try to play the 4 off the 5 in the corner. Hit it full in the face. Yeah, he's called it. Has to hit it square in the face off the 5 on the corner.
Oh, needs a bit of pace as well, doesn't he? Wow.
Oh, wow.
Didn't need. What a shot that is.
That is unbelievable. No, just don't consider shooting over the 5. Just cut it in.
Oh, it's a glorious shot as well. It's got him right back into this set, hasn't it, Tim? Looked like he could have been going 3-1 down. And what a shot on that 4 ball. Absolutely fabulous. You mentioned the kicking, Tim, of both of them. Still no fouls for Wu Kun Lin.
Well, and he really needed to make something happen there, because one more mistake could bring Albin on the hill. So made a beautiful kick shot when he needed it the most.
Both players coming with the big shots when they need them. That's the mark of a top pro, isn't it? Being able to do it in the heat of battle when the pressure's on. And it's another great run out this. Not textbook. he certainly got the job done, this 10 ball. And we level again at 2-2. Still don't know who it's going to be in tomorrow's semi-finals. It will be played, guys, at 12 noon. It's high noon in the convention centre tomorrow, local time.
Well, still, if you look at Albin's stats on the defense, look at the safety efficiency. How high?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it's already tough to do that one set because it's so easy to play a safety and your opponent jumps the ball in, for example. Imagine playing a set and a half and being still on 100%.
I think Jasmine might have been right when she said her brother's the best safety player in the game. No luck this time.
Yeah, one ball came a little bit too high. 9 ball spinning.
This is on. Can he get through to this? He can certainly hit it.
He
Whether he
might.
can get to the potting angle or not, I'm not sure. He's getting down to have a look. He will get up again, I think. Just giving it a little test up. Something that Eklund Catchy does, Tim, I've noticed. He will get down on the shot first, have a look at it, and then get up again and start the pre-shot routine. Albin's not sure. Both players have broken dry and had their opponent run out on them. Has been a problem, hasn't it, Tim? The break, as it invariably is in 10 ball with the hand rack. Do you
Yeah, it
prefer
just
the hand
makes-
rack?
Well,
You prefer it?
I don't mind it, but that's also because I break the balls very wild. I mean, I give it my all. I think it just really depends on how well you can adapt to it as well. And also, you shouldn't be expecting the usual suspects to always go in. I'm not sure what he has played for here.
Does it go off the 9 with speed?
Well, that would be nice just to make the 3 ball. But how is he gonna get on the 4? Does he bank the 9 into the 4 then?
I don't know. Can he not run through? Oh, he's drawing back, so it's just the safety then.
Oh,
Look at
doesn't
this,
want to
doesn't
make
want
it.
in.
Oh.
He's
But he
not
has
jumping
played it
that's
good
for
though.
sure.
The jump is out. I think is yeah, you have to play 2 rails because the 10 is blocking most of the 1 railer over the long rail. 1 rail over the long rail. Ooh. Tongue breaker. The bad news for Albin is if Wu kicks this ball in, he's guaranteed to have a shot on the 4.
camera angle here. You're going to know very early he's scratched. Now, Tim, what about the 7? I mean, it's a 7-8 combo, unmissable, of course. Does it pass the 10 into the bottom left? I think he's coming to have a look at that. But this is a great chance, isn't it, to get on the hill?
If there is a 7-8 combination, I'm not even bothering to play the 7 elsewhere. No, I'm playing the 7-8 combination all day long. Especially with where the 6 is, you're already on that side of the table. So get to the center of the table and the combination is fine. There's a good layout here to get on the hill first, Albin. Maybe slightly straighter on the 5 than he would have liked to be. Yeah, can you imagine? This was Wu's first foul of the match. They've played 9 racks, this is 10. So in 10 games he fouled only once. We've seen quite some safety battles so far.
It's been a high-class match. Had a little bit of everything, which, as pool fans and pool players, you want to see. You don't just want to see break and run, break and run, break and run. It does get very, very laborious. Alex Kazakis has just taken the second set. Biardo came back from 3-1 down, you know, to 3-3. And Alex Kazakis nicked it right at the end to level the sets in that one. And also Mika Immonen has just won the second set against Vitali Patsura by 4 racks to 2. So they're set at 1 set each, Tim.
Well, I'm just a little bit shocked about what he has done with the cue ball.
This is a tough shot now, isn't it? Where does he go? To the top right or bottom right as we're looking on the screens now? I think that's the play
I like
here.
that. You have to go all in here. Stun the cue ball out.
It's there, right in the heart of the pocket.
Oh.
Didn't touch the sides, did it? So the scratch that resulted from that miss on the 3, the first foul for Wu Kunlin, has cost him that rack. And it's also put Albin Ouschan on the hill at 3-2. Really does have 1 foot, Tim, now in that semi-final. And he will play either Mika Immonen or Vitali Patsura. Fedor Gorst is 2-1 down now after winning the first set against Dimitris Lukatis. Lukatis is, I wouldn't say underrated, because of course all the professional players know him. Had a good win earlier on against Dennis Grabet. He's also won one of these tournaments, hasn't he? Was it the German Pro Billiards Series
was
he
the
won? I believe
Germany
it was.
Open, yeah.
So he's got
beating
previous.
Victor Zelensky in the final.
Yeah, what's happened to Victor just recently, Tim? What do you think's going on with him at the moment?
I mean, everybody, all the players have good and bad times in their career. I mean, he's still young. He's had very fruitful years. Now he has a little less good results. I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah, too talented, isn't he, not to beat? Well, Albin needs a ball here. He's not going to get one.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how he gets on the 2-ball. Could be just right to the side pocket on the rail. Could also choose to play the 2 in the top right corner, but then he will have to play 3-rail shape now from the 1 to the 2. I don't mind that shot, because if whenever he gets to the bottom right corner with the cue ball, everything else should be quite doable.
What a cracking shot this is.
Again, he's played it to perfection there. Yeah, everything is laying pretty good from here. Center of the table on the 4 is guaranteed to be on the 5, so not too much work. But it's so easy to still make a mistake on these kind of moments. Has to be careful. Now a low right. Cross over to the other side of the table is going to always give him a good angle to get from the 6 to the 7.
We'll have just a bit of work, Tim, to do to get from 7 to 8. Kind of. Where would you go? On this lower rail for position, as we see on the screens now, back to where it is now, or the other way? We can go across as well, of course.
Well, I am probably traveling 3 rails, and then to leave myself maybe a diamond out to stun over for the 8 in the same corner as the 7. Now, if you end up being straight, you could follow all the way to the short rail. Oh, he has left himself nice on there. Just gotta make sure he stays on the low side of the 8. If he leaves himself too high, the 10 ball comes into play.
Well, you did say a diamond out, Tim, and that's absolutely perfect.
Oh, and this is little details too. Sometimes players, they stun and they leave themselves that small angle towards the 10, and now they cannot get up table on the 9. He took that information before he shot the shot, and he's got perfect shape. It's small little details, but that's why he's so cue ball conscious.
I like that, cue ball conscious. Yeah, well done, putting up a fight. It's another high pressure clearance, Tim, to put it back to heel in this second set.
Yeah, definitely hanging in there. Only reason why I think Kunlin is still in this set is because Albin's break the percentage is now 14% success rate. So he's just not been so successful on the break. It's not really about missing balls. It was for Albin the break, and for Wu it was the safeties where he would lose a game here and there from Albin.
Great discussions going on in the audience, talking about that last rack. Great to see the crowds getting involved in it, deciphering post-mortem on every rack. That's what we love to do. Locatus on the hill in the second set, 3-2 over Fedor Gorst to try and level up in sets that match. We're level here, 3-3 in the second set. But Wu Kunlin must win it. Big break coming up, Tim.
Well, then again, look at how well he's controlled the cue ball. He's made 2 balls in the side and no shot on the 2, and there's nothing he can do about this.
I mean, does he push to a jump? What does he do here?
Well, probably push to a kick, maybe over the top short rail. Could be an option to maybe push near the side pocket where he made 2 balls in. And then kick the 1 ball out and stick the cue ball with the 7. But still, it's so risky because if you don't get the full save, the layout is open. So it's like you have to hit it perfect. Well, that's not always a guarantee.
He's left him the right-hand side of the 2 ball.
Well, he could bank the 2 ball and bring the cue ball 3 rails for a shot on the 3. If he doesn't make it, there is a chance maybe to leave it hooked. What's he looking at?
Kick and
No,
stick.
he did play for that kick shot. So, oh, the bank is not on there. I thought he could hit a little bit more. So the kick and stick it is. Glue it to the 7 ball. That could be a set winner.
Not like that. And it's a chance. Open look at the 2 ball for Albin Ouschan. And for the big occasion, Tim, can he just nudge into the 5 and leave the 3 into the... But look at the 4-10. Is the 4-10 on?
Well, I do believe it's a little bit off angle. Not saying it's not there, but it's not a hanger. I think it's like half a diamond out to the long rail. Still, you kind of have to keep going and see what kind of angle you get on the 3 ball, because if you can get in between the 4 and the 6, you could play the 4 in the left side pocket, and then suddenly the rack is wide open.
Six
Yeah,
is also a possibility, maybe.
Well, another shot he could play is 1 rail to run into the 10 ball, and if he doesn't bump the 10, he slides past and has the 4 on the side. came up a little bit short. Does have a shot, but quite off angle. I'll have to stun with right spin to play the 5 in the side pocket. This could be a spot in the last 8. Or
Could
in the
also
last
play
4,
up behind
excuse me.
I was going to say, could possibly play up behind the 7. What a shot he's played there, Tim. What a shot from Albin Ouschan. Confidently played as well at that pace. Could this be the moment?
That was a huge shot right there. Knowing that if he missed that, you just know you go to a deciding set.
Here's Kareem, the top cat of the Predator cat. Doing great things for all different disciplines. 8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball. I heard we've even got some banks and one pocket coming up in Vegas this year. Are you going to be taking part in that, Tim? Are you going there next year?
Who knows? I have to learn how to play one pocket and banks, but sure.
Just pop more balls than your opponent. There's your first lesson in one pocket.
Sounds good to me.
Play it the Josh Villa way.
Only 2 pots to go. I think he's straight on the 8. This is looking good. So a strong performance from Albin so far. I mean, his running game has been very good. Shot making, cue ball. You really can't complain after this match. Just the break. Here it is.
Yeah, and if he can work on the break, Tim, between now and tomorrow lunchtime, 12 noon, we will have both semi-finals for you in the men's Puerto Rico Open on tables 1 and table 2. We don't know who's going to join Albin just yet. Keep your eyes on social media as this 10 ball goes in. It's Pro Billiards Series Facebook page, the handshake. Thank you, referee Dave Pearson as well. Albin Ouschan, a little bit of a smile on his face there. Look, he's secretly a little bit happy with that performance. Great safety, great all-round game, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you so much as well to Tim de Ruyter for joining me in the booth. We will be back tomorrow, 12 noon. Do not miss it. Good night, everyone, from San Juan. Sweet dreams.